don't know about any of you, but I sure do love to mind my own business. In this world, a lot is happening, and I sure do love to focus on the things that grant me joy or just change my life in any way, shape, or form, and not the things that don't. Too often, it's very easy to catch yourself ending up scrolling away in some rabbit hole that has nothing to do with you, or information of what you get from it not making your life any better or worse as a result. I frequently see headlines about people I don't care about, videos of people I'll never see, and statements from people that I'll never know. So I take a step back and try to just mind my own damn business, and it's kind of hard being a black person and doing that, because even when you do that, you still get harassed and annoyed. Sports or cosplay or cartoons or anything that involves any other normal human being, you are still subject to being harassed. It doesn't really matter. You simply ask for it by being born. That's it. That's pretty much it.
So dealing with this online, what is anonymity? Boy.
Being black while casually existing online is an eternal, perpetual chore.
Ah! Am I happy with who I am?
Am I happy with who I am?
Am I happy with the people around me?
Being black is a unique experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything, but it does come with a lot of baggage. To be black is to hope you're not the only one who looks like you at your job. It's hoping there is enough yous in the classroom. It's understanding not being understood, but also it's understanding it never ends. It's already quite the tall order to simply enjoy ourselves while navigating through the world where we understand we fundamentally play by different rules than everyone else. That's pretty rough, but it's rougher that we can't escape it.
The only common denominator on literally all the years of any social media platform is bigotry. It's just more like how much is allowed that changes. It's like all allowed now. For a lot of people, it's actually just a business model. There are people online who make it their life's work to have every problem you care about be the fault of every minority somehow, and often more than not, it's black people that are shoehorned into the discussion. They are also often seemingly put within opposition of the needs of the many. There's never no gray area. Either you're some woke Democrat leftist siding with them or you're based. This is already tedious enough, but it's actually even worse when the conversation isn't about crime or jobs or houses or flying goddamn planes.
I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
God forbid if you ever want to enjoy or take part of some pop culture. The fact that you just want to exist in a space without an explanation is a discussion in itself. This game is bad because black people. This show is bad because black people. This music, man, it's so bad. It'd be better if it was a white guy in face tats and box braids instead. Nobody mentioned fat black woman. Gotta make sure you do exactly that. They're making a reboot of something. Just reply with an AI-generated fat black Laura Croft and get your Twitter rage engagement. Black people have unfortunately become a very useful asset in growing your online name in clout farming, whether it's for or against us. You currently can just make a career out of calling random unsuspecting black people the hard R in the name of justice or something, and then when you get fired for that behavior, you can pull a I was fired for my non-woke beliefs grift. You can double grift. We stacking grifts like a super Kyle Ken, but call me hit cause I still see that shit. I mean, some people are just straight up honest about it.
The internet has given us great reason on why we waste our time on it. Education, humor, relatability, escapism. Yeah, that's right, escapism. That's the focus here.
But you know, speaking of keeping your peace online, there's something that does bother me.
Doesn't it bother you that all these services probably definitely harvest all our data and then sell it and make $1 gazillion off of it? How cruel, how inhumane, how asinine. Ain't it terrible that nobody cares to do the due diligence to keep your information safe? To have to choose between the machine data broker overlords or complete Tarzan off the grid life. What a terrible, terrible ultimatum. But actually, no, I don't have to deal with that at all, and you don't have to after today's sponsor.
Or is a service that protects your privacy by identifying data brokers selling your precious information and then doing the hard part of automatically removing your info and keeping it removed.
With Or, you get a secure VPN, password manager, antivirus, and so many other things. If your personal info is found on that cheeky dark web, you'll get alerts for it, and it just won't stop after like a certain time. This is round the clock. 24/7 monitoring, that's right. Real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking. If anything does happen, Aura's got $5 million in identity theft insurance protection, and US fraud experts ready to help at the drop of a dime. 24/7. What more could you ask for? Try Aura for free for 14 days at aura.com/VeritasJoe. And in those 2 weeks, Aura will scrub all those sites squeaky clean of your precious info. Hey, look, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. I'm right. I'm never wrong. I'd like my info safe. I'd assume you would too. Aura.
Why? So I saw this post on Twitter. I realized, yeah, that's probably the worst way to start a sentence this year. Why are we even on Twitter? Post by the user Totodokis came across my feed, and it appeared that them and their friends went to Shibuya in Japan. They're all fitted up miraculously. Not one miss, everybody dripped out. This post seemed to blow up, and that would have been awesome if it happened like 5 years ago. The last good full year on Twitter was 2021. You had to be there. Ever since like the latter half of 2022, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. Now if your post goes mega viral, a lot of it's just Twitter blue farmers and bots and like sex workers, but it's all like automated and like stupid. Maybe there's some crypto guy there. There's different eras of the replies being that's how bad it is. Right now, Twitter's in the era of the replies just being filled with casual racism or phobia of any kind, casual bigotry of any way, shape, and form. So now if you're on Twitter and your post goes viral, and you are a minority, there is like a 40% chance your replies are just filled with the most vile, racist shit. I remember when Twitter's biggest problem was people recycling the same jokes over and over again. Now, if you're a minority, beware, just in general, because they fucking hate you. I don't really know why they do. Like, I don't really understand it. Quote unquote, free speech came back on Twitter, and that resulted in just a bunch of weird, racist shit. Of course, the replies are filled with a lot of love. There's a lot of fun stuff, a lot of sillies, but then there are some people saying weird, unprovoked, racist nonsense. I can only imagine how loud the public spaces were during your trip. Monkeys. Monkey in Shibuya. And what happens when white people use dreadlocks? Oh yeah. And start screaming cultural appropriation. What is this trash? Don't you have a homeland you have to go back to? This is cultural theft, you damned racist. Now, if you couldn't tell here, the basis in the harassment stems from the fact that they are claiming that these black people are appropriating culture by dressing up in cutesy Lolita-like fashion. Not only is it terribly ironic to come for black people in terms of a conversation about cultural appropriation, but it's also just isn't cultural appropriation. To appropriate one's culture isn't simply to just use elements from the culture. It's also to profoundly not understand or respect or give acknowledgement for said culture. Black people deal with this on many macro and micro levels daily and probably will forever. The fact that over the last decade we've chosen to be very outspoken about that undeniable fact, people now jump at the opportunity of accusing us of the exact same thing. This is simply just one of many other cases of that exact thing happening. The real reply that went super viral from this situation was this one that got Omega dunked on. You can't be kawaii and black. Accepted. This was in reply to the original poster, replying to all the weird hate that they were getting. Now, people rightfully dunked on this weird loser for saying weird loser shit, but the statement itself really strong with me because it really is emblematic of what a lot of people think and feel in relation to black people. There's something about that that just feels so assertive, so rude, so final, so you have nothing. To a lot of people, not only should our existence not be argued, but we can't even be left alone. This resulted in a little mini-trend of people doing exactly that, being black and kawaii at the same time, because it's not very hard. But it really made me think about the fact that this is just yet another case where we're put in a situation where we have to prove our existence or our right to exist for something that otherwise no one else has to. You know those memes that be like, who said light skins with green eyes couldn't become registered nurses? Who says quirked up bisexual dreadhead AMABs can't make alright YouTube videos? Yeah, for black people, those memes are real. It isn't who's saying we can't do that thing. There are people telling us, unprovoked, that we can't and will not ever do this thing. So I hate seeing transphobia from black people. I mean, I feel like we know what it's like to be told that we can't be something unprovoked for no reason and feel like we constantly have to prove that, i.e. black excellence. It's obvious that black people can be cute. I mean, any brown or dark skin, anybody can be cute. You see Mahoshi or her mom? I know y'all haven't. You seen adult GT Goku? You seen Turles? You seen the alternate costume in Budokai 3 for Gogeta? Super Saiyan 4? Oh, girl from Hell saying, need I say more? Vixen. To even merely suggest that black people cannot be cute or emulate these cute styles when gyaru fashion exists is absurd. Gyaru is a term that describes a very nuanced Japanese fashion and subculture that has many subcultures. It's often defined by its rejection of traditional Japanese standards, sometimes of which consisting of tanned skin. Tanned skin's a signature, and I think that the people who are actually tanned in real life permanently, without option, would naturally emulate the style pretty well. To suggest that these black people are both appropriating Japanese culture and also cannot be cute while gyarus exist is quite absurd. Cultural appreciation is still a thing. All black gyarus follow me. You know, maybe if enough of you follow me I'll be able to say it right. The issue is that we just seem to never will be left alone. People enter these fandom spaces and nice little internet circles for fun. They enter to immerse themselves just like any other person is there. You would think these communities would accept people for their differences, and you'd be right. All of the Japanese replies to this tweet are positive and supportive, saying nothing but kind words and encouragement. You know, but you got Brandon in, you know, Minnesota over there with the K on PFP. He gonna call you a tourist and start talking about JBL speakers and shit, which is always on his mind for some fucking reason. When's the last time you did not get out of bed and start your day off with a really deep sigh on the side of your bed? I'm sure it wasn't yesterday. Black people can be cute. Why can't we? Why do we have to prove it? Why does my brain immediately think about having to prove you wrong? That's by design. These people will forever be able to judge you from their not ivory towers, but from their weird middle class, you know, trailer-like houses. Their horse don't gotta be high anymore, so why should we even have to jump?
This is America. Don't catch you slipping up. Don't catch you slipping up. Look what I'm whipping up. This is America.
Shout out all cutie patooties like Ray Chiquita, she a cutie patootie, Tootie Pacutie. If you want to see the sick artwork that my friend made for me, I unboxed it on Joey's Dumpy. That'll be coming out soon in a couple of days, so be on the lookout for that. Follow me on the gram, all right? I post really cool pictures at Light Hog Heavy. Please follow me. I post these things called Blink and Thinks. You could probably guess what those consist of. I'm really not in this video. Just, you know, leave black people alone. We could be cute. We even cuter when you leave us alone. Food for thought, I'd hope.